You're not introverted, you're just a loser. This is a reality check that I think a lot of people in our society today need to hear. You see, humans have been becoming less and less social as things like video games, movies, TV shows, short form content, and online dating are all on the rise. People are having less conversations in person. Jobs are becoming remote. People are just working from their computers, working from their phones. People are having less children. People are having less sex. And the modern man is becoming weaker by the day, enslaved to his own vices, enslaved to his own devices, addicted to the phone, watching porn, wasting his body, his time, and his energy away with a sedentary lifestyle, struggling to find meaning and purpose. And then continuing to go out and complain to others. I feel no meaning. I feel no purpose. I feel so lonely. All the while, he's turning into a pile of mush. This is the direction that we as a species are headed in. And some people fail to see just how pressing this problem really is. Now, the terms introvert and extrovert allow people to categorize themselves by being either somebody that is recharged by being around other people, recharged in social settings, or somebody who gets drained of energy when being around other people and in social settings. Introverts tend to be more isolated. They go off by themselves and have no problem with it. And other people, the extroverts, they go out and they prefer to spend their time around other people, pursuing social activities. Now, with all of this going on, the video games, the porn, all of the activities that are simply accessible by just grabbing your phone or pulling up a browser or turning on the TV, people are becoming more introverted than ever. They are talking to people less. People are becoming more content by themselves, which I don't even necessarily have a problem with. In fact, I think that all men need to learn how to be alone with themselves, because part of learning to be okay with being alone with yourself is being confident and knowing that you're somebody who keeps the promises that you make to yourself on a regular basis. It's how the time is spent alone that ultimately determines whether or not that time in isolation is beneficial or detrimental for the individual, okay? If a man decides that he is going to use his solo time to scroll, to play video games, to watch porn, to jack off, instead of going out and having human interaction, instead of going out and spending that energy, that time with other people or moving his body or working towards something, that is when it becomes a serious problem. Introversion is on the rise. More people want to be by themselves and do the activities that allow them to escape their reality and press the dopamine button over and over and over again without putting any work in, without putting any effort in, rather than going out and trying to have a good time with a community of people. Now, what I see time and time and again is that men just say, oh, that's how I am. I'm just an introvert. I just choose to stick to myself. No, most of you guys actually aren't introverted. You're just living in a society where you can choose between 10 different high dopamine activities that don't involve any stress, any effort, or any social activity and still have a good time. But are you really having a good time after you've spent months by yourself? Months where your free time only consists of doing these things that lose their flavor. Talking to people and being around people is just like every other skill. As you get out and do it more, you start to be more comfortable doing it. You start to feel less social anxiety. And in doing this, you actually become a lot more confident even when you're alone. That confidence doesn't just carry forward in your interactions with other people. That confidence now exists when you are by yourself. You actually like who you are as a person. You like the man that you are becoming. You see, the habits that you have chosen to do every single day are turning you into a zombie. You have social anxiety because you don't go out and have in-person conversations anymore. You lack confidence because you don't do anything that gets you outside of your comfort zone. Life feels so hard and so difficult for you, even though all you do is show up to your job every single day, work your 9 to 5 while sitting in a chair, trying to collect your next paycheck, doing as little work as possible just to make sure that you don't get fired, and then go and complain to the other people that you do talk to about how hard and stressful your work is. The actual work itself is easier than ever. Our ancestors used to have to till the earth and subdue it. They used to have to go hunt. They used to have to go build their houses. And now you're sitting in a room under fluorescent lighting in a chair all day answering emails, and that has you feeling gassed and drained of energy? Are you serious? Do you see the problem here? This is a prison that men have created by themselves, for themselves, in their own mind. It's time to wake up and go touch grass. It's time to adopt the habits that are actually going to force you to be social. I know, it sounds terrible. You need to force yourself to become an extrovert. If you want to become the best version of yourself, you need to be able to transition from being an introvert to being an extrovert based off of which one benefits you at the time. Need to focus on something that you really need to get done? Activate the introversion. You complain that you don't have enough friends and life is so hard and you feel like you have no energy? Time to activate the extroversion. Introversion versus extroversion. They should be two different versions of you, versions that you utilize in order to get what you want out of life. In order to ensure that you are grabbing life by the balls instead of getting bent over by life, feeling like you're being oppressed by your horrible job, where you don't even do anything difficult, but rather spend your days fighting battles inside of your mind because you're dopamine depleted and you don't get any enjoyment out of the mundane things throughout life. You don't get any enjoyment out of completing tasks, out of putting in effort because you're frying your brain. It's time to stop claiming that you're an introvert and understand that you're just a loser. It's time to start taking responsibility for your shitty social skills. It's time to stop feeling uncomfortable in every social interaction and start making other people feel uncomfortable because you don't care what they think. You can go out and be with other people and you can be yourself and you can say what's on your mind without having to worry about walking on eggshells or offending other people or wondering if you look weird or wondering if you look awkward. Living life without confidence is miserable as a man. I have personally seen the men that I've worked with change over a span of just 6 months. Their physiques, their personalities, I've watched them go from timid, fat, and lazy to brimming with self-confidence, comfortable in any social situation. It's time to stop making excuses and avoiding responsibility by telling yourself that, oh, you can't get girls or have more friends. You can't do any of the fun stuff that everybody else is doing because that's just who you are. Your own beliefs have become chains that you have shackled yourself with. You may not believe me, but I used to be somebody with terrible social anxiety. I wasn't good at speaking. I wasn't confident. I wasn't in good shape. At one point, I even had acne all over my face that I didn't want anybody else to even see. That made me want to go into my room. It made me want to hide away. Just the thought of approaching a woman made my heart rate skyrocket. I felt like I was going to pass out. And before entering a room, I had somehow convinced myself in my mind that everybody in there was already going to hate me and that I wasn't deserving of respect. But through a series of harsh realizations, I decided that I needed to cut ties with the things that were holding me down. I needed to stop smoking the weed. I needed to stop eating whatever I wanted, stuffing my face with shit that made me feel good for a second and then left me feeling like shit for hours, for days. And some of you guys may say, oh, well, Brandon, it's hard to find good friends because my friends are out drinking and smoking and doing degenerate things, and I don't want to partake in that. You can go hang out with people and be social without getting drunk or without doing drugs. It's totally possible. I go hang out with friends that are drinking. I go out to the bars with people and I don't drink at all. You may say, oh, I just feel super uncomfortable and anxious hanging out around a bunch of drunk people. Go do it enough and you'll just become unfazed. Go spend some time with people. Go hang out. That's what you should do. Go be social. And on top of that, there are people out there who share the same morals and values as you. You just have to put the work in order to go and actually find them. To go find the people that don't just want to get high and get the munchies and sit around snacking and watching movies and listening to music all day, all right? You have to go put in the work to find those people. So next time you think about avoiding social interaction because you'd rather spend your time distracting yourself with one of your many vices, ask yourself the question, am I doing this because I'm an introvert or because I'm a fucking loser? You will know a man by his habits, by the things that he chooses to do every single day. Those things are going to mold the man. Whoever you are right now is the person that you have created, whether you want to take responsibility for it or not. It's time to take ownership and start crafting something new, to start developing new habits, to see the world through a different lens and understand that you don't have to be somebody that doesn't get anything done. You don't have to be somebody that's always giving in to your desires. You can be somebody who changes the way that you operate, who changes the way that you look, who crafts your own person through the things that you decide to do. And it will be forever worth it once you realize the truth of the matter. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Make sure to drop a like down below. Drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you watched all the way through this video till the end. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.